Hello and welcome to this Saturday chat with me, Big Scott 35. Kind of late in the day. I did work to kind of make some of that money back that I spent. Even though I didn't spend a whole lot of my own cash, uh, I did spend some. So I want to refill the coffers. Might have some announcements or a announcement to another show. I'm trying to figure out what I want to do. I'm trying to find out some personal stuff in the family before probably next month. Hopefully, by the end of next month, I'll have some news about one more show. I did have to use a couple of my sick days, so I only got 3 sick days, so that plays into my decision, or 3 vacation days. So I had to use 2 of them this past week. Came home, or a week before, brought home a little something, and found out this week I've been having a cough and snoring really bad, worse than normal. Uh, got a touch of pneumonia, so a little bit of everything. Taking some antibiotics for that, but that explains I've been tired and run down, just not getting the oxygen that I needed. I've been a little shortness of breath. That's what brought it all to me. Um, and I walked flights of stairs at the show. Yeah, I'm fat and out of shape, but I thought I was going to have to go to the emergency room. I was so out of breath. I thought I was suffocating. It was a bad feeling. So that made me get checked out. So glad I did. I work with some bad stuff, so always want to check the boxes for the C word not to be there. So that's my personal life. Hopefully, I'll know more, like I said, by the end of next month about my plans for the end of the year. Which show I have 3 in mind. Probably 2 are very much in the forefront. The other one is only if nothing else pans out, then I'll go to the other one, which is Chantilly, which is my birthday weekend. I usually go to that one. I just don't have. The last 2 times, I really didn't see much for me personally. Um, but I'll get into it, just like touching the national and also the other card show. Going through boxes might be more and more what I need to do to find those medium cards, right? The ones, because I went to that show and I put away the cards without even thinking. I wasn't in my right mind still. I'm pretty sure I had COVID without. Another guy at work had it as well. Just fogginess. And I'm pretty sure I added cards to my 71 set that many people probably don't even know I'm working on. PSA registry in that show. And just picked up some going through WNBA cards again, and wrestling cards. There's a lot of wrestling down here. Wrestling's everywhere, like actual wrestling, not cards, but that makes people. So when you go to shows, there's a lot of wrestling at shows. If it's figures or they did have what one of the Koloffs, I think, like their brothers back in the day, WWF. Uh, he was there signing off. I should have got his autograph. I don't know what made me not do it. I talked to him for a minute, and I should have just got his 8x10 of him. Very outgoing. He still had his. You could tell he had that wrestling mentality because he was just talking it up to everybody and just gift the gab. The really good ones have it, and he did. I mean, he saw me wearing a Mets hat, told me like he won his first most important singles belt in Shea Stadium for I think an NWA promotion. I think that's what he told me, or was it WCCW? It was one of those back in the day. But yeah, and it wasn't too bad of a show last Saturday. I talked about it last week. Uh, I won't talk about strollers. This week, I worked a little bit. I went down to a thrift store about 30 minutes in the other direction from work. So when I got done, I had to drive almost an hour back home. And I did pick up a couple of baseball things there. Now I can learn about baseball. So there you have it. But if you see, this has got Johnny Bench on it. And I think I'm going to hold on to this just because I think it's pretty cool. Idiot's Guide to Baseball with Johnny Bench to get this autograph, hopefully at the next National. I picked up the book of 1993 baseball cards. And in the front, it wrote, JR is the man, number 24. And C. Jones is the man, number 10. So Chipper Jones. I'm trying to think who JR, if you know who that is, number 24. I'm thinking it's probably another Brave. God, Julio Rodriguez. Jesus Christ, 24. Because I was like, I could see the number in my head. But Kevin Seitzer, David Segui, Scott Scudder, Frank Seminara. I mean, just alphabetical order. Pat Listash, Scott Livingston, Javi Lopez. So this is definitely something that will go probably by my toilet. Something to look through, giggle. I thought it was pretty cool. Rating over 2,000 new cards in 1993. So I thought that was pretty cool. I had never seen that. And this is probably like my 5th ballpark book. Love my ballparks. I just see one over there. I know I got several more in my bedroom. So love the ballpark books. So that's, kind of a different way for me to hobby. I love books. So I picked those up. I also, when I go there, they have a lot of like board top games and stuff. And I have picked up some like baseball games that I've showed off. On Nerdy Thursday, I'll have a couple of video games to show off that I picked up. But, it's just a different way for me to I love that type of stuff. Like some people said, I like to have my own little museum of what I like and how I like it. So, I'm not just about baseball cards. I think y'all know that. So just have fun with it. I mean, I think those 3 books, I think 75 cents, $1.50, and like $2 for all of those. I did pick up a Star Wars one that was by $12, which we'll see on a Nerdy Thursday. This past week I did show off my Nerdy Thursday. I opened a case at the National with friends in the house. We all had fun opening up a case of Topps Black Chrome Star Wars. Did get some good cards out of it. It wasn't a complete kick in the teeth. When you're opening, I've started now, since I'm in a good spot, and I can, looking at more and more buying a case and just start selling cards. I've really enjoyed doing that. It's just opened up my hobby where now, I can use that to get something else, plus have fun opening up cards. I looked at Topps Finest, and it ain't no way. I wouldn't pay $300 for. No. I remember when it went to 190, and I was like, man, this is stupid. It's a middle at best hobby box. Now they just got packs in it. It's not the 2 interior boxes. I don't like the numbering. I don't like the common, uncommon, rare bullshit with 100 players. At least it's got Cal Raleigh in it. He's not in the Chrome. they got some nice inserts, but I'll just pick up some singles, the Pete Alonso's. I saw an Acuna. I did like on my goes when he was opening it. Um, rookie card. I've been picking up his rookies. I like to pick up Mets rookies and hang on just to have them. I don't pick up. I don't team collect everything. I just do flagship base, and then if I get any of the golden mirrors or anything like that, I'll pick them up and add them to it. This year there's a Lindor big head that I have on my watch list. I'm just waiting for it to come. It's just way overpriced for what it is. I just patient, man. Y'all know I have 6 years to get Pete Alonso black. Then I said I was done. I'm not. I need two more, and because I got confused. I have the other colors in the update. I need camo and Independence Day as well. So I misspoke. I apologize. When I was putting it up, I was like, damn. But yeah, so I had those. I actually had the Independence and camo, I think, in two different update ones, which I'm happy with too. So still on the lookout for that. Just take my time. If I don't get them, I don't get them. If I do, I do. But man, that black one made my show, made my week, made my year. Being a Pete fan. Only thing that's been fun watching the Mets right now is him hit home runs to break Mets all-time home run leader. Right now they're the third spot, I think, in the playoffs. But I don't think they deserve to get in right now. So, like my dad said, if they get in, they got a chance. But if you can't beat the teams in August, you can't beat them in October. So September, October, you don't have a shot if you can't beat them in the regular season. But yeah, that's where I'm at with that. I did get in my first PSA cards submission from GameStop back. I have another one back in too to pick up. I'll probably pick those up when I drop off later at the end of the week. You'll be seeing that this Wednesday, I believe. You'll be seeing that this Wednesday. It was with me and my friend that's my supervisor at work. He 5 cards as well. One of his did not get graded, but he did well for what he had. I was trying to, he had older racing cards, which don't have the best stock and the best quality control. I mean, we know how it is with just baseball cards now. Imagine what then when they were just mass producing. So very interesting. I did well. The one card that I'm selling, knocked it out of the park with it. So that's already up on eBay. Here's the funny thing. So I already listed all my freebies and stuff from VIP and my silver pack stuff on eBay, and I come in under everybody else. I see where everybody else is at, and I'm either right there with the lowest ones, or I'm a little less, right? Because if you come to look at the card, I want you to buy my card. Now, I'm not going to come in way. If it's a $100 card, I'm not going to come in at, $60. I will be, 95, 90-ish. Especially if I don't have a lot into it. If I didn't pay for it, which everything I pretty much sell is packed, ripped, and I paid for a lot of it was cheap. Like when getting stuff graded was no more than $12. So don't have a lot into them. It's a lot easier to do that. But just, doing that, that's just how I'm financing selling that. So when I did sell some other stuff that's been sitting on there for a while this week, I think putting those cards on there kind of help the algorithm or whatever it is for eBay to get some of my cards listed. I don't have enough, and my cards are not high enough for me to use you know, they're already FeeBay, and then they want you to pay extra to get to the top of the list. I just think that's ridiculous. I might do that with this one card that I just put on. I don't want to give it away, but I might go back on and do that. It's supposedly only 8 pops. The only reason why I know it's there because the other guy had it listed. So I listed mine for 25 less than he had his listed at. And then he turned around the next day because I looked at it. I got a notification telling me he did a price drop of $50 on his. So so that's what's been happening is I get those, and then when I looked up all my stuff for the VIP package and everything, all the ones I was looking at, all those, not all, but some of them I was getting notifications of like drops. And most of those, I think the most I listed any of those cards was $10, a couple at $5, and most of them are like $1 or $2. I keep getting one guy that keeps wanting me to. It's a $2 card, and he wants me to sell it for $1. Well, $1 you're losing money on eBay, so you want to charge a little bit more, and to make something right. And seriously, I $1.50. He comes back with $1.35. Are you? It has to be somebody that knows me and trolling me out of Canton, Ohio. I don't know who the hell it is. Almost blocked him last night and today. So they sent me one today, and I let it sit. I'm letting it sit there for the full time. He actually came back with like 143 or something stupid, and I'm just like, are you? Does people need to win this much, or is it just somebody trolling me? I feel like it's somebody trolling me at this point. Because I almost did $3. It's so stupid. But yeah, I've already sold a handful of that stuff, so making my VIP money back $1 at a time. Trying to think what else this week. I did buy a couple of cards off of eBay. Just not looking at much. I am, if y'all noticed, if you do shorts or watch shorts, I've been opening up a pack a day. I'm trying to do more with the shorts and also doing other things with shorts. Let your shorts be with you. Just to get something out there on a daily. I feel bad. I was a little upset after the show. I had a lot of time to think on way back. I didn't even play radio or anything half my ride back. And just, about what I want to do with my channel and how I want to go about things. Because I love doing it. I love the friendships. I love Sunday night. I've talked about it. That the group on Sunday night is great. And it really solidified that, 2 or 3 people that came up to me at the show, we actually had conversations. So, I know, some people that have, Mike Moynihan's taught, he's got 10,000 subscribers. He's got all this, different, fires burning. He's got to keep lit and all this stuff. And he don't have a lot of time on his hands. So, I do. And it was great. I wish I had more time. And met a few other people through. I always love because being with Mike and Dave and Fabian and Hitman and who's the other guy? Who am I leaving? Oh, Wesker Griff. How can you leave Wesker Griff out? I'm just kidding with you, Ed. Knowing those guys, I've met tons more people, subscribers at theirs. I got a couple subscribers from that. Of course, being on Carlos's channel a couple weeks ago. I always every time I get one or two off of there, um, I thank you for giving me a chance. And I'm not a complete imbecile. I just play one on here. Uh, but man, I love collecting. Uh, and I hope you love my collecting channel. It's more than cards now. It's a little bit of everything, mainly on cards. And you know, I did see the thing with Sammy Thunder, and that it hit home with me because I had that same thought process. Not as much as being included in the hobby. So I don't try hard enough to be included in channels. I don't reach out, call. The only person to ever ask is Carlos. Carlos told me whenever I want to be on, just ask. If you don't have any other special plans, I'm welcome. Or, Mike or Mike O or Ed, or, anybody, my group of friends. But I don't get outside of that group of friends too much. And to ask, hey, I like, come on, help me, push my channel or whatever. I just don't think that way, I guess. And I'm not about pushing my channel. Um, I'm about having I am about pushing my channel, but not like that. And I guess that's my fault. It's nobody else's fault if there's any fault to be had. And you know, I felt like I was very included at the show. Everybody knew who I was. Sammy came up and handed. He was the first one to make sure I had wristbands for their show. And again, they that part of everybody's been talking about that night that was still there and how well what they did with what that was given to them and how well it worked. Um, it sucked that Jeremy Lee won one of the prizes, but everything else was very good. Uh, I think we were okay. I mean, with that, and he was a big part of that. It is a big part of that. So, you know, Sammy, you always welcome. Any of y'all got anybody who wants to be on this channel is welcome. Um, I'll give anybody one chance to do something. I ain't gonna say anybody. Almost anybody, I'll give at least one chance. If I don't know you well enough, I'd like to have some of those guys, the 5 to 17 guys that are in the four hobby, four collectors, four collected, on to just dive a little bit deeper into when I was talking about finding out how they hobby. Because what I've watched of them, it's very surface, right? And anybody else, we get a lot of surface. And when I do Sunday night, and I'll be honest, I kind of stole it from Mike O, and Mike Moynihan and some other people that did like presenting collectors or whatever. Uh, it's hard to have. But I think I do a little bit more original because I want to find out, what else you're doing and how you go about it. How much of it takes your time. What's the real? Am I the only crazy one that spends more time than what should be probably on their hobby? I mean, as you can see, I am sitting in my living room. Look at all that. Look at all this. Stop. Not normal. Not normal. My dining room is where my TV is. I got like a sitting area to watch my movies. Nice and dark and cozy. I think it worked pretty well. I just flip flop things because I needed more space, and I just wanted to expand a little bit. And why be crushed up in a corner when I had a little bit more space out here to enjoy my hobby and be in the middle of it. I'm steadily building up around it. I don't want to do too much. I want to add a few more things just to see how it looks because I believe in May I'll be moving. I think that's when my lease is up. So I don't want to do too much just to take it down. Apartment living, that's kind of the goes with. I hate moving. I was hoping not to, um, but it just it happens. It happens. But when it comes to these channels and what you come in, I mean, my boy at Wesker Griff put a put a thing on there on Mangini's about knowing what you're coming into, what do you get out of it, and that's exactly it. One day you wake up and like, hey, this isn't what I'm not getting what I wanted out of this. I'm not beating my head up against the wall thinking I'm getting somewhere. It's understandable. It's understandable, and I don't. I hope he sticks around. He does lives and does. I was looking at a little bit more because when he said that, I was like, man, he's been around for a while. I thought it was 3 years, but it's 4 years now, right? Over 4 years. So it's 4 years. He does lives of 500 views and uh, 3.5 subscribe, 3.5, 3,500 subscribers, which is awesome in our neck of the woods. That is, what is that? Probably a medium tier to low, high. I am not a tier. I am below the tiers. But once you get to 1,000, you start getting some traction. That's when you start banging out some more subscribers. I think once you get to 1,000, you're seen by a lot more people. Um, so I've met Sammy twice. I think he's a great guy, and you know, uh, at Cleveland, he gave me a great compliment on my seeing eye appeal and low graded vintage. So I thought that was pretty. Anytime I get guys that tell me I'm doing good in vintage that do vintage, and that's just part of what I do. Uh, compliment's a compliment. I take them when I get them. I don't get them very often, so I get them when I can and run with them. And so I hope it works out for him. Like I said, Sammy, you're always welcome here. Any of you guys, welcome here. Um, you know, uh, all I gotta do is say the word, man. Reach out again. I have an about page. I would another thing. I don't know if you're on Instagram. I don't know. You need to put some way to connect with people. I don't know. Like I'm sure you're probably on one of the pages, groups in Facebook, which I could probably dig in and find. It's just easy to put an about page or uh, under your links and stuff, like how to contact you or whatever, if you want to be included in things. Uh, you know, I have my Instagram, Facebook, and email on my about page, but I think they're also right there underneath. I believe most people do, but it just kind of. I think Sammy does. I was looking at it today. I just didn't have a lot of. Like I said, I worked. Then I went hunting for a little bit at that part of North Carolina that I don't get to. It's crazy. There's colleges everywhere here. I'm sure there isn't, but I just not. There's colleges everywhere here, and so they're all back in. It's been great. Some of the schools have started, so everybody's back to school shopping. It's right across from one of the Tanger outlets, whatever it's called, where I went. It was just a madhouse. So, but hey, it's only fun when you're around. You're a big group of friends. So I jumped right in the middle, and I was part of the madhouse. But once I got in the store, it was fine. But outside, the traffic and everything was pretty brutal. But let me know how everybody else is doing. If anybody else, does any type of videos or Instagram or whatever, I'm sure we all get in a funk. And I know I've gotten into this before, and I get into it every once. Like I said, I came back from the national going. I missed huge, bigly on some taking advantage of the national. I've been here 8 years, 9 years. I don't know how many years now, and I have yet to take full advantage of having a YouTube channel and going to the national. Um, I just get into the moment and just say I'll do it later, and later becomes next year, and next year after that. So good luck to everyone out there. Much love to everybody out there. You're not alone, and we all get in these funks. If it's in our regular life or YouTubing, I hope this is not part of a bigger issue. I hope it's just a YouTube issue, and if it is, who cares? That's you'll figure it out. If it's a bigger issue, man, please talk to somebody. So, really good guy again, Sammy, and my heart goes out to you. You didn't, I think you're going to stick around. You really enjoy your lives, so I think you'll be all right. So until next time, like, share, tell a friend, and subscribe if you haven't. Right there, knocking at 700 subscribers. And until next time, see ya.